Welcome to the December 2023 Real Estate Market Update for Olive Branch, Mississippi. Hey guys, today I want to talk to you about some trends that I've seen over the last couple of months here in Olive Branch, and I want to make sure that you listen until the end because I'm also going to talk about not only how that impacts buyers and sellers, but I'm also going to give a little preview of what I see for the beginning of 2024. All right, so here in 2023, in October and November in Olive Branch, we have had 94 homes sell. That is down just a tad from last year. We had 99 homes during that same time frame, so pretty much on par with last year, which is a good sign. We have had a list price to sell price ratio this year of 97.77%. All right, that is impactful because last year we were tracking at 99.15%. Now what that means, the list price to sell price ratio, that means what percentage of the list price did they actually get when the home sold and closed. So if we look at a $100,000 house, this year it might have sold for $97,700. Last year would have sold for about $99,000. So hope that gives you a feel for that. So we are seeing more negotiating happening off of the list price this year as compared to last year. Additionally, we are seeing the days on market being a little bit longer this year. Right now, over the last 2 months, the days on market in Olive Branch has been 30 days on market. Last year, it was only 20 days on market. So homes are taking just a little bit longer to sell. Sellers need to be aware of that and be patient, and also make sure that the house is ready to go when you hit the market. That will help to shorten that time on market for you. Now, the good news for you there, sellers, is the prices have remained stable. So that means that your average price per square foot is about the same as what it was last year in Olive Branch. Last year, for the months of October and November, it was averaging $148 per square foot for existing homes. Guess what? It's $148 a square foot this year as well for that same 2-month period. Another trend that we are seeing right now is that sellers are paying more in closing costs for the buyers here in 2023 than they did in 2022. As a matter of fact, of the 94 homes that sold over the last 2 months, 42% of those sellers paid some closing costs for the buyers. Okay, now 31%, or nearly a third of those sellers, paid at least $5,000 or more in closing costs on behalf of the buyers. That is definitely up from last year. Last year, only about a quarter of the sellers were paying any closing costs at all. So that has nearly doubled with regard to the number of sellers that are helping buyers with closing costs. That obviously has to do with the interest rate situation and also with the affordability situation for buyers, as well as the fact that homes are staying on the market a little bit longer, that negotiating is happening more. So sellers are paying a little bit more in closing costs this year due to negotiations. As well, sellers are not getting as close to the asking price. So buyers, that means for you that there is more negotiating power for you at this very moment, okay? So keep that in mind. If you're curious about the average sales price in Olive Branch this year, during the last 2-month period, October and November, it was just over $337,000, and last year during the same time period it was approximately $332,000. So not a significant change there. One thing I do want to point out is that interest rates today are down in the low to mid 6s, and just a couple 3 months ago they were at least 1% higher than that. So we have seen the interest rates drop. That will start trickling into the buyer activity. Right now we're in December, so we're in high seasonality time frame, which means we're between Thanksgiving and Christmas. Not as much activity typically during this time. So let's talk about Tracy's prediction for the first part of 2024. Now I want to start out by saying I don't have a crystal ball, but here's what I feel is going to happen. We are seeing pretty heavy seasonality right now, as I mentioned. Thanksgiving to Christmas, things slow down. I think that has been exacerbated this year because the interest rates have been so high the last several months, actually this last whole year, and buyers are just a little bit gun shy, and I think they've decided to take a break during the holiday season. I get it. Here's what I see is going to happen come January. Interest rates have dropped, as I mentioned, over 1% in the last couple of months. They are predicting that that is going to continue on a downward trend during the first quarter of 2024. Here's what I think is going to happen. January 2nd, I feel like the phones are going to start ringing again, that buyers are going to start jumping into the market because now they see that those interest rates have dropped from before the holiday season started, and they're going to be ready to get back out there. So buyers, what that means for you is there is likely to be more competition for you, and there is the potential that you're going to start seeing some multiple offers, especially in some of the lower price points. So if you're smart, you might want to get ahead of the curve, maybe jump in there now before the end of the year. Sellers, that means for you that you should have some more traffic in your homes. If you're smart, you will make any adjustments that you need to with regard to price and condition right at the first of the year, so that when those buyers jump back in, you are fresh and hitting the market in their eyes again. Every time you make a price adjustment, that makes the listing pop up again in the MLS. So I would recommend that if you are looking and thinking about a price adjustment, January 1st, you make that decision and you go ahead and let that pop up in those searches so that those buyers see it and you get new traffic all over again. All right, so buyers and sellers, you both have some things to think about. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to really prep over the next couple of weeks, sellers, so that you are ready to go strong again January 1st. Buyers, I want you to start thinking right now about jumping in the market before the end of the year so that you've got a little bit more negotiating power and you're not up against as much competition. All right, I hope that's helpful for everybody. If you've got questions, I think most of you know how to get a hold of me by now. It's Tracy Kirkley with Crowlike Realtors, 901-210-8045. You can call me, you can text me, you can shoot me an email. My contact information is going to be down below here. The main thing I want you to know is the market is not the same for everybody. Everybody's situation is different. So if you need some help putting together the right game plan for you, you just reach out to me. All right, guys, I appreciate it. Hope y'all have a great day and a great holiday season.